So the other morning we were talking about the word encounter. We were discussing the spiritual pyramid of success, and at the base of that pyramid is the word encounter. Before you can do things for someone out of a heart of love, before you can know that you love them, before you can know who they are, you have to encounter them. You have to meet them and spend time with them, developing that relationship with them. And that's something that God desires for us to do with Him. The Father wants to get to know His sons and daughters, and He wants us to get to know Him. And that happens during those times of encounter. So I encourage you, we're all human, so one of the things I would encourage you to do in seeking who He is and learning who He is for yourself is to have that quiet time with Him, time alone and apart from others. It's great to have a family time of prayer. It's great to have intercession with friends and folks that are a part of your church establishment, but you need your own time with Him to soak in the presence of God and to discover who He is and who He is as it pertains to your particular life. And that will enable you to then hear more clearly from Him and discover more, not only about Him, but how He wants to use you in your life. But first it starts with just discovering who He is. And that comes from that time of encounter. In that time, the first thing I would suggest to you is to not start asking and start seeking Him for things you desire to see Him do. Seeking Him for moves you desire to see Him make. Seeking Him for things that you want to see Him doing in your life or in the lives of others. Those things are great and they have their time and their place. But first and foremost, honor Him for who He is. Thank Him for who He is. Thank Him just for being God. Thank Him for what He's already done, and just, again, soak in that portion that He's given to you already. Soak in the fact that He's peeled back so many layers and revealed to you things that you could have never learned and discovered on your own. Thank Him for that, and spend time locked into that first and foremost. And something I can assure you is going to start to happen as you start to spend this quiet time with Him. And by the way, don't put any time limit or time restraints on it. Just let it be what it is. But what's going to start to happen is it's going to start to give you visions. It's going to start to give you words of knowledge. It's going to start to speak to you. And it's not just going to happen in those times of encounter in the morning. It's going to happen throughout your day. You're all of a sudden going to get a download of some kind, a word for someone, a revelation about something. You're going to read something in Scripture that's going to just jump off the page and just be enlightening in ways you've never seen or expected before. These things will start to happen because you're spending that time with the Father and you're more readily and clearly hearing the voice of the Father. So I just encourage you to really focus on spending that time getting to know Him. He'll give you visuals even of how you can stay locked in and focused during those times. Like for me the other morning, with me seeing just a couple of chairs on the beach. He and I are in those chairs and He's sharing with me, look at those mountains, look at those waves, look at everything that I made those things. I did those things. And just being able to just revel in that and just be blown away by that just took me to a certain kind of place that made the rest of my time of devotion with Him just amazing that morning. So again, encounter, spend time, soak in that presence, and watch your experience with Him start to grow. Until next time, live truth and share truth.